All right, here we go. Episode 18. We are keeping it in the Trilogy family. And we've got arguably, other than maybe Ryan, I would argue that, Kevin, you might be the most accomplished champion in our office.
He's got more rings. There's more rings in the office. Kevin's ring case is quite important.
Mine matter a little bit less, but I might have more. I mean, how many do you have?
The ship's a ship, man. You got one, you got one. So
what are we talking? We got 3 or 4 high school state championships.
For me?
Yeah.
3 state champs, and then I played in 4 national championship games in college.
God.
That is insane.
Yeah, I got super lucky with the teams that I was on. So, yeah, my season ended in the championship game for 7 years straight. It was pretty sweet.
And you bookended it in college, right? You won your freshman year and won your senior year. That's probably the best way to do it. It's like you get a taste, you have to claw back sophomore and junior year, and then you finish on top.
Yeah.
Little adversity, just like a little adversity there. It's the Joseph Campbell, the hero story.
Yeah.
You need that adversity to actually root for the
down
person.
Period of losing in the national championship twice.
Yeah.
So, we'll dive in more, but what do you attribute that to besides obviously you being on all those teams?
Again, I just very fortunate with the groups of guys that I was surrounded with in high school. My coach played for the Iroquois national team, so he instilled a respect and love for the game. He was one of those guys that you wanted to win for, and not just for yourself. Tony Gray.
Okay.
And he had some great assistants with him, guys that played at Q's, and just a great group of guys, and the players that I had. A lot of talent. Kid I played with in high school ended up playing in the NFL. A lot of guys went D1. And in college, just everybody being of a singular mind in achieving your goal. Like, we were there to play lacrosse, and we were all about it. And the culture, fortunately, I stepped into, they had been building and just clawing, getting close to the championship. And, got a couple of guys that transferred in, and the culture is already there. And you're a couple more puzzle pieces come in, and it just fits, and everybody's meshing. And just very lucky.
2 pertinent questions, one completely off topic and one very, very salient to today. Q's? I've never heard of Q's. Is Q's the Towson that doesn't?
The Towson with a Z is the classic.
I've never heard of Q's. Is that a Cortland like half knock? Is that a
I don't know if that's more because I'm from Virginia or
like Virginia thing, like a Q.
I couldn't really tell you where I got that.
Amazing. But so to the transfers, because the audience, if they're collegiate players or coaches or somebody looking to play, like, transfer portal is, a gong show right now.
Wild.
Yeah. Any recommendations for how to welcome in a transfer? Like, anything specifically that the guys could do, or any advice that you would have in terms of like how you guys successfully integrated any transfers?
I think a lot of it weighs on the person coming in. And, like I said, the culture already was there. And if you show that you're there and wanting to work the same way that everybody else is, we're going to be good with you.
Yeah.
And so you
initiate, like, do they, like, if they come in as a junior, do they have to, like, do they get kicked back to, like, whatever the freshmen do, whether that's like getting balls or shaving their head or whatever? Like, did they get a free pass on that?
Yeah, actually, no, they do get integrated. You gotta, it's the rite of passage. You gotta do it.
Yeah.
Did you not have any transfers, Rye? Your 4 years at Princeton? We had two. We had a UVA kid.
Cornell plays by its own Ivy League rules. You guys, that's why, like, we all make jokes about you. Like,
we had a Herkimer kid, Todd Olson, and then we had Eric Pittard from UVA, which I know you said Mike Abbott did his first year or two at UVA.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's funny. It is a unique dynamic. And obviously those guys ended up just as close as anyone with our senior class. But that first year, it's like, you're still the new guy, but you're not a freshman. Like, you kind of like got to feel that out.
Yeah, and also like it's not like you came in and like everybody was like, "Oh my God, this guy's coming!" Like a lot of times, like the transfers coming in, some people assume he's a freshman. Like we didn't, we weren't like super dialed in on like the new classes that were coming in, so it wasn't like there was a ton of anticipation usually.
So this wasn't like the Michael Sowers is going to Duke. It's like, no way. Guess who's coming?
Except for the ex-attackman who's like,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, and I think so highly of Abbott, but when people are like, holy, like, you guys, you won't believe who's coming here.
When I got there, he'd already been there a year, and
Okay,
so
got it.
hearing that he had played at UVA and already won a championship, I was definitely like, "Oh my God, this
Yeah.
guy's awesome."
Yeah.
so let's rewind back to the beginning. So did you grow? You were somewhere before you moved to Virginia, right? Or did you grow up your whole life in Virginia?
How far back you want to go? I grew up overseas in Africa, and I lived in Kathmandu, Nepal for a couple of years. And I did not come to America until 1996 in the fourth grade.
Wow. And were you at like expat, like American schools the whole time you were over there?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
What were your parents doing? Was your dad a Sherpa or what was going on?
My dad worked for the USAID, which is like the agricultural arm. So he'd get assigned a project that had like a 4-year window. And so every 4 years we had to go somewhere else.
What was your favorite place or fondest memories of all those travels?
I have the most memories of Nepal just because I was oldest there. But I do remember like in Africa, we lived on a sand road and like we lived in a brick compound and there was constantly like lizards hanging out on the walls. Just an interesting upbringing.
Did you play sports in Nepal then? Did you like get introduced to sports in Nepal or even in Africa?
Yep, there we played like t-ball, soccer, and I swam. My
Did
dad was big into softball, so it was always at his games, running the fields.
Did everybody get a participation trophy over there?
Yes, ribbons. Everybody got a ribbon.
Did you wear the ribbon?
Of course. Proudly.
So then you guys moved to Virginia in fourth grade, and did you start playing lacrosse right away?
Nope. I did not pick up a lacrosse stick until the 8th grade.
And we're like, because Oakton is a pretty well established program, right? Is the youth program, was it when you were growing up, was the youth program already established and you just kind of were figuring it all out, or were you ever pressured to play, or what made you want to start playing?
I wanted to be like my big brother. The youth programs, there's a lot of strong ones down there that fed into Oakton High School.
Okay.
So I ended up playing on probably one of the lower level Fairfax County programs, but again, lucked out with having a great coach that like really respected the game and made sure we focused on our fundamentals. And actually played midi my first season. The jump shot was my go-to. And then I switched to deep pull when I got to high school because I wanted to be just like my big brother, and then figured maybe he'll help me like learn what to do.
And did he end up going? Did he play college lacrosse?
Yeah, my brother played at the Air Force Academy.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he totally different players. My brother is like 6'4", 230, just crushing kids left and right. He was getting recruited by a lot of D1 schools, and then there's me. It was a little bit more of a tactician. I was not laying bodies. I was just more like hold you in check, and if I do take the ball, like maybe you didn't even notice I took it. But yeah, very different styles of play.
I gotta imagine you took some beatings from him growing up that helped toughen you up.
A little bit.
You were the dodging attackman when he was practicing his heavy slaps, and you were the goalie when he was shooting, and you were the right.
I only got the best of him one time. I stabbed him with a GI Joe in the eye when I was super little.
From then on, he knew he'd go into the Air Force to avenge that.
How much older is he than you?
3 years.
3 years.
Freshman, he was a senior. The lesson, like he spent a lot of time coaching me, but like the one thing that always stood out to me is like they can run through your stick, they can't run through your body. And that was just always in the back of my mind.
Pretty good. It's pretty good advice. It's hard to practice on your own, but it's really good advice.
Yeah, when your brother runs it, you're like, try to stop me, and it's like, dude, you got like 60 pounds on me. This isn't exactly fair.
When he stomps on your chest and runs.
I understand.
I guess you kind of can run through your body, actually.
You're a tall drink of water. What was your playing weight when you were in college?
The biggest I probably got to was 220.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at it just briefly. Here's the college shot. This is probably the 20 mark right here.
Wow.
That's the senior year. That's been hitting the weight room considerably.
That 200 lbs, that is not an accurate statement.
That's a nice fade you got going. This is Cortland at its finest right here. Look at you getting the traps going up. You're looking
at Cortland. You put in your stats when you first get there, and they never get changed.
Oh, yeah, So 6'2", 200. Yeah, you do not look a liquid 200.
I was a healthy 220 right there.
So you played your 8th grade year, and then you're in high school. And you just start winning championship after championship?
I mean, at Oakton, they had a freshman varsity and a JV team. So my freshman year was on that team. Don't really recall our record, but I'm sure we were pretty good. And then my sophomore year, played JV and then got brought up to varsity for the playoffs. And actually, like in our state championship game when I was a sophomore, for some reason the team just like wasn't meshing, wasn't playing well. And Coach Gray was like, forget you guys, I'm putting in all the sophomores. And so he just like threw us in there. Like a minute into the game, I get shelled in the face with a shot. I'm like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah. And so did you play the whole state championship your sophomore year?
No, I didn't play the whole game, but like he threw us in to like prove a point, let us tool around for a little bit. There was also a game earlier in the playoffs. It was like super wet, and there was an older defenseman that just could not get his footing. And, I'm just sitting, I'm all the way on the end, not expecting to play much. And then coach just grabbed me, hey, Mitchell, can you guard this kid? Sure, I'll try. And so I jump right in.
What if a person has ever said no? Like, no, I'm
I'll tell you who. Gus. Face off Gus from ice. This stick is actually illegal, sir. I'm going to go ahead and decline this face off.
Separate.
Yeah.
Separate. Okay.
So sophomore year, you guys win the state championship. You're like, all right, I got a taste here. And then junior year, did you start most games? And you were starting to close, or were you playing pole?
Started close.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
most games. Coach Gray was not afraid to bench me if I was not performing. So that happened on occasion.
And what was that team like? Did you have a bunch of guys that ended up going to play college? And we talked about Dan Bowers, who I got to know, who played at Loyola. Any other guys that went on to play at a high level? Yeah,
we one of our best attackmen went on to play at Maryland for a year. I don't think that fully worked out for him, but he was a solid contender. One of my fellow defensemen went on to play at Delaware. We actually met up national championship weekend as freshmen.
Oh, yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
What made you? What else was on your radar? Why Cortland? Where else were you looking? And is there a big because Virginia to upstate New York, that's like.
I was very curious too.
There's a little culture shift there, I'm sure, for you.
The truth of the matter is, in high school, the only Division III school I really knew of was Salisbury. It's like I want to go there. And then, recruiting wise, the first call I got was from Bucknell. And then that's just that was a little bit too smart of a school for me at the time. And then I think I visited Drexel, Sacred Heart, like some lower level D1 schools, and then like Widener and a bunch of other D3 schools. But Cortland was the only place where, like, arriving on campus, it just felt right. Like, all old brick buildings. It's kind of quaint. Of course, when I went up there, it was not snowing, but it pretty much snowed for, the whole time I was there.
They always bring everyone to upstate New York in the beautiful early fall.
Yeah. And Cortland has a immaculate stadium complex, unrivaled in Division III. So that definitely, kind of sold me there. And funny enough, the coach that recruited me at the time, Coach Rogers, he told me to my face, like on the recruiting visit, he's like, I usually rank my players, 1, 2, 3 in the year I could see you possibly playing. And I think you're a 3. So you might not play till you're a junior. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Still,
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that cold bucket of water yet, Coach. Just give me that reality when I get to campus.
Yeah.
Leland Rogers, you probably recognize of Q's fame.
Yeah. For some reason.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. It just felt right to me to go there, and definitely worked out for me.
It's weird how that much that is, though. I mean, Mitchie, was that the case for you at Cornell? Just like the feel, like because like we help kids out, right, Kevin and Mitch, like, and people ask us this question and that question, and then it's like just visit, just go there, and you'll kind of know. Like,
well, I did a podcast with Jake Fox, who's on the New York Riptide. I did it earlier today, and we were talking about recruiting experiences. And I said, well, first of all, we get to go on official visits. Which, did you do an official visit to Cortland? Did they do official visit?
Yeah,
they do. So you go.
One question. Oh my God!
I don't know if they're like, no one's keeping track of that, but like, yes,
different rules, and so
maybe I'm not sure.
But I mean, those official visits, like you got to actually go and live there for a full weekend. And that was like, for me, Cornell was my first one. And right away I was like, this is where I'm meant to be. And I still went on all 4 of my other ones because I was like, this was also the most fun weekend I've had as a high school student, going to a college for a weekend. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, it was a feel thing right away. And like the people, the place, and just the atmosphere, I was like, yeah, this is the right fit for me.
That's the same vibe you got from the guys or the coaches or the school, or just a kind of whole mix, certain kind of Frankenstein mix of all of them.
Yep. Yeah. When I was up there, I stayed with a player and then went to practice and then saw, what that was like. And, got to go out with the guys while I was there, and just, they were my kind of people.
Did you drive up there or did you fly up there?
I flew up there.
Okay. Into Ithaca?
Yep. Coach Plunkett picked me up at the airport in his little pickup truck.
Jake,
on back.
What a great guy.
Okay, but before we get too far into Cortland, we got to relive one glory day here. Let me pull this up. Kimmy, bear with me for 1 second here.
Leave here.
This is what year is this, Kevin?
This is my senior year, regional quarterfinal, I believe.
So talk us through the situation here. By the way, this initial pass is like a wrap around the head, like sidearm. What is going on?
Speaking of talent on the team, the guy that's passed me the ball there went on to play football at UVA, oddly enough. Yeah, this is our just, 4-man across the middle, clear. Got to make sure you're communicating with the middies on the far side there so you don't go off sides.
I see a stick being raised on that far side. Nice job on the awareness back there, staying back.
Yeah, and then we find ourselves in a fast break situation. And at the time, I did not have a left hand. So keeping that stick firmly in my right and gearing up to make the pass. But I see that
he's a big face touchdown. Yes. Yeah.
The separation goes from literally man on you to no one within 10 yards in like
Rewind this 5 seconds. This is amazing. This goes from holy crap, what's going to happen to a big face into, oh, now I'm just scared for the goalie.
How often do you push it up? Were you stay at home or did you push and transition quite a bit?
I pushed it. We had the green light whenever.
Also, rewind, Mitch. I love how, Kev, there's clearly 2 attackmen that are wide open on the crease. And you're like, nah, I'm good. Freeze it right here, Mitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If I cross the restraining line, most of the time I'm shooting.
One, and then this guy's sliding upfield. That guy's wide open. There's two attackmen that could not be more open. This is a 3-on-1. It's like, nah, I'll take it from here, boys.
Yeah.
And
After that,
he just
face
blows
dodge,
it by the goalie.
Say again.
Just blows it by the goalie. Eye to high Heat. Who is that? Who's the green team?
That is Langley.
And who is like your big rival at Oakton?
Robinson was a big one, and Woodson we always seem to find in the championship games. Other guy, the guy that was hugging me at the end there, is the guy that ended up in the NFL, Cody Grimm.
Cody Grimm, great name.
Yeah, son of Russ Grimm, famous Redskin lineman.
So, like, you got a lot to play with there. You got, like, the Grim Reaper. You got, like, you can do some nicknames there. If you're, like, NFL was, not like cheesy high school nicknames.
Yeah, so Oakton had some studs, huh? It's public school, right?
Yep. Yeah, we had definitely some good guys.
So you get to Cortland, and is it everything you expected on your recruiting visit? Better, more, exactly what you expected?
I get put up in the oldest dorm on campus.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they were like working through remodeling them all, but Cheney Hall was like the oldest, most decrepit dorm.
Oh, sorry. The building was the oldest. I thought you meant you got put with like the oldest
senior.
Sorry.
So that was not ideal, but everything else was just what expected until probably September. In late September, it snowed. And then it's like, oh no, already.
So you graduated in high school in 2002?
2005.
Okay, that's right. You're 1 year young, or 2 years younger than me. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get there, and then your freshman year, you guys go on, and we'll get right into that now. But
yeah, so I get there.
Real quick. Mitch told me he watched the videos, and he was like, I got goosebumps. Mitch was like so jacked up. So selfishly, I have not watched them.
You saved your bumps. You saved your goosebumps.
Saved the bumps. Yes, I saved.
You wanted the authentic reaction captured on tape. I
wanted like to have this moment with you guys where I read some of the backdrop, which was amazing, and I had them teed up, and I'm like, no, I want to be living in the present.
But so talk about the season though. You guys, you said the program had been building. So this season you come in, you're a freshman, you're getting some playing time, obviously, or you're starting, right?
I was like the fourth defenseman. I was the second long stick midi. And so pretty much anytime somebody got a penalty, I was playing man down.
And so then you guys, what was your record on the year? I mean, did you roll through things, or was it?
I think we ended up 18-2 or 3.
Because that's the thing with D3, like if you're in a good conference, you have to win like every game. There's no 10 and 8 teams getting in.
Yeah, so the SUNY conference is not necessarily a powerhouse. There's us and then like 2 or 3 other programs that like are decent.
Oswego, right? Oswego's in there.
Oswego, Geneseo, Oneonta. So we would play a pretty decent out-of-conference schedule. I think that freshman year we went down to Roanoke, and we play a lot of NESCAC schools. NAS apparently had been a big hurdle for us. And I can't remember if we beat them that year or not, but it's not like we were like blowing teams away, but like we were definitely having a good season, and could see that there was something special there. But What we missed there is the guy that recruited me, Leland Rogers. After fall ball, he left for Syracuse, and then our defensive coordinator stepped up as the interim head coach. So
that happened in fall ball.
After fall ball, he left. So like we found out over winter break, Rogers was not coming back, and we were going to be having Coach Barnes step up.
You feel like that galvanized the team?
Possibly, yeah. Two completely different coaching styles. Rogers was kind of hard-nosed. I think he was a wrestler, like very tough guy. No problem, like calling you out in front of everybody, screaming at you. And Barnes was a lot more like my high school coach, just like a guy that like you really loved, and like he was just like one of the boys, and like you wanted to play and go the extra mile for him.
What's up with Berkman getting interviewed after halftime, but not your boy Barnes? Was he
A very young Berkman too. Berkman was looking spry back in 2006.
I hope Barnes took that back to the huddle. I was like, boys, I didn't even get interviewed after halftime. Like
Barnesy, when we got there, he's like, all right, everybody, take one look in the stands. You got it? Good. Don't look again. This is just a regular game. So I think he was probably perfectly happy not to be interviewed.
So how did the Final Four work for this? The Final Four was at a home site, right?
Yeah, so we had that game at home. It usually ends up being the day of graduation. So like the seniors walk in the morning and then they go play in the afternoon, and then you have a week where you're on campus. You're the only ones on campus, and you feel like you're a professional lacrosse player because all you do is eat, sleep, and play lacrosse. And then you show up at the championship weekend on like a Thursday or Friday. I think you practice at a college campus nearby or wherever you can find a spot. And then you get to go, there's like a banquet Friday night, and then you go to watch the D1 semis on Saturday, and then you play on Sunday.
And where are you right now? Are you D'ing up, or you that's you, right? Oh no, it was 38.
No, I am not in there. That was the starting long stick midi, Shaney Raymond.
So who are the studs on Salisbury that you guys were keying in on? Berkman was on the team this year, right?
Yeah, Berkman, I think, was a freshman on this team. There was a guy, Rhodey, was one of their attackmen. Solid finisher in the middle.
Who was Louis Gonzalez on this team?
Yes, we will get to Louis.
I played against Louis Gonzalez in high school.
Yeah, Louis, he had 4 goals going into this championship game, and he put up 3 on us in the game.
And are both teams wearing the Brine Triumph helmet, by the way?
Yes. Great helmets, Velcro straps.
Yeah, we wore those for like a half of a fall, and Sean Greenhall got like someone fell on him and it pinched against his face and cut his face open. It was stuck on his head. They had to like get pliers to open up. We're like, yeah, we're not going to wear these anymore after that.
By the way, how about watching these games without any shot clock? Holy, and that's no knock because it's 7-6. So I'm not saying that it's not skilled or anything, but like the offense just we're at 2.5 minutes. That's the second shot and the first one on cage. It's a whole different mindset back before the shot clock. It's just like not a care in the world about even really trying to.
Yeah, which
you don't want to. You don't want to. Again,
take a look at this. Take a look at this inside shot. Did you see? Did he go between the legs here?
Probably.
Oh, maybe that might have just been a scoop. I don't think he went between the legs, but that was just a scoop there. So Salisbury coming into this was 69-0, 3 championships in a row, right?
That is correct.
So what do you guys? Are you like, well, we'll give them the best shot we can? Like, what was the confidence level of you guys heading into this?
It was very high. It's let's end this streak for these guys.
Had you played them in the regular season?
We had not, no.
Any common opponents?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
They pretty much stay down south, and we stayed up north. But, watching the tape on them, like, it wasn't anything crazy. Like, we knew we had to try to limit transition because they just ate you up on transition, which is why you're seeing this possession is like 3 minutes long. It's like their 6-on-6 was not, nothing to be terrified of. It was just you have to weather the storm of their transition.
There he is.
There I am, yeah.
Throwing a little junk there, a little over the shoulder, one hand.
Yeah, but that's a big face-off guy there. He didn't even feel that.
So you guys just tied it up with 9-9 the third. This is in Philly. Do you remember how hot it was this weekend?
It was so hot. Several guys on the squad were getting IVs at halftime because they were dehydrated. It was hot. That's me being up right there.
Breakdown right there.
Yeah. Like I said, I was not a monster. I wasn't going to take the ball from you every time you had it, but I was going to hold you in check.
Was this the UMass Maryland final? Or no, it couldn't have been UMass Maryland. UMass was in the final this year for D1, right? This was 2006?
This is 2006, yeah. I don't recall who the D1 was.
UMass definitely was in the finals because we lost to them in the first round. I remember this.
Watch this right here. This absolutely mugged.
And the headlock.
Yeah.
Lock.
No call.
Rewind that. There's like a half headlock here. Okay.
Absolutely assaulted. Whoa. We
gotta get a rewind. We gotta get Rich Belial on rewinds here.
There we go.
Look at his headlock.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of the first guy kind of hit him, then he turned him, but yeah.
I mean, something. You could have called anything there.
Yeah, man.
What's the percentage of guys that throw their hands up that actually haven't done anything? Like, whenever you haven't done anything, you just gotta stand there normally. Like, I haven't done anything. Like, oh, wait a second,
It's 100% admission of guilt.
The audio on this, apparently, like both coaches were screaming for a penalty, and like, what could we have been called for in that?
On the headlock?
Yeah.
Oh, big save.
Big save. Then there's me making sure you didn't get the putback, and I draw the
flop here. Is this a flop?
That's a little bit of a flop.
It's a little bit of a flop here.
A little bit of a flop.
This is, do you lose your defenseman, card? This flop right here.
I mean, if you don't hit his hands though, that's he's batting that in just a little baseball. Yeah. Oh man,
you're here for the fundamentals. I'm here for the flop. That's
sold it.
Yeah, these long possessions. Oh my God, do you remember? There'd be like 3-4 minute possessions. You'd just be gassed at the end of them.
Big check here, Kev. Oh, the tactician.
Just enough. Oh yeah, when you saw that ball was at your toes, you're like, I'm going down. There's no way I'm picking this.
So,
what's that? What just happened there?
Another mauling that was not called.
Is this you running back in the hole?
Yeah, you got to go back. You got to go back.
Oh, you got to get the trail check there, Kev.
I did. I got it.
It looked like he came down in front there. Somebody just gets absolutely thrown.
You pause it right there. Oh. Yeah. So you can see where the guy is that picks up the ball. He's almost at midfield, and I'm, 5 to 10 yards behind this guy.
5 yards, to be clear. 5 yards.
Maybe 4. Come on.
Okay. And that's getting to 10 right there.
Okay, that's fair. We're getting there.
I don't have a great memory of a lot of things and plays that I've made, but I very distinctly remember that moment being like, you have to catch this guy. Like, I've just played 2.5 minutes of defense, ran up the field to try to help with the clear, and I'm completely gassed. But I'm like, that's Louis Gonzalez, Mitch.
Okay.
He's already got 3 Gs on the day. I'm like, I have to get this guy.
He's pulling up at the 2-point line right here.
Yeah, I gave everything I got, and I barely nick his bottom hand as he's shooting. I'd like to believe that that's the difference between that ball hitting the pipe and going in.
This has popped up a couple of times in these, Kev. It's like, it's so weird, like what you remember. right?
I wish I'd collected data on like certain guys just have photographic memories, but there's like certain moments that stick out that are not the ones that the fans remember. They're the ones that the guys that are playing remember.
By the way, I love this offensive player. Hey, you guys have played a ton of D. I'm just gonna whip one at the goal.
That's Abbott.
That's
If Ryan Boyle had been at X, you would have believed there would have been a stern talking to for Abbott there.
Like,
or one of these to slow it down as he comes down.
It's like, let's have no regard for any sort of defensive principles, pace of game. Let's just sling it. Let's just
at least 26 had the wherewithal to know that was happening and get ready to back that up.
Yeah.
If that goalie had made that save, Kev, you'd be in your jurisdiction to punch Abbott in the face. Oh, good Lord.
This was this whole third quarter was just insane. I think we scored 5, they scored 4, something like that. It was just back and forth.
No, but you're right. After that one Salisbury possession, the pace is like really picked up. So you guys, it was just eliminate their transition and see if they can beat us 6-on-6, right? That was kind of the keep it simple, stupid strategy, kind of like let's just take care of that aspect of the game.
Pretty much. And yeah, like their 6-on-6 offense, it was like they're gonna jam it into the middle. Like that's what they do. So gotta have hands. Hands.
And who was scoring for you? Who was scoring for you guys?
So the guy just scored there is Ryan Heath, another D1 transfer. He came in from Sacred Heart. I think he had 3 or 4 goals on the day. He's actually cramping up there.
Yeah,
he got an IV at halftime, and he toughed it out.
He's a righty, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what are they doing? Why aren't they sitting on his right?
Oh, you see him cramp up after the goal. He just starts limping off.
They've got the guy hung, and
yeah, I couldn't tell you what the guy's doing.
That's tough. He scores like right at GLE. You got the goal. You got to stay high on that. I mean, I'm no goalie here, but you got to stay high on that.
Oh boy, the old calf cramp.
All right, well, let's skip to the good stuff. Let's get to the fourth quarter here.
That wasn't the good stuff. We got
that was the warm-up good stuff. You want chills.
The way that could have gotten better is when that one of your teammates, Kev, got knocked into their bench, is if like the Salisbury guys grabbed him and just like absorbed him in, like
disappears, they spit the helmet back out.
Like in box or in like hockey when the guy gets knocked like over the boards and then next thing you know, just like he gets like an amoeba, it just like envelops the player. And just, that would have been the only thing that I really would have wanted more out of that.
Oh boy, 2 minutes left, down by 1, Kev.
Yeah.
You like, this is over, or you're like, anything could happen? There's 2 minutes left.
I mean, at this point, we're nervous. We're trying to double with our goalie, who's 260 pounds.
Wide open look.
You don't. This is a.
Yeah, RP. I know you were gonna love this. 2 minutes left. You're up by 1. Do not shoot the ball.
Well, not when the goalie is.
He's not covering anyone. He's just yelling.
No, he starts to scoot out. He's like, guys, I'm gonna go double.
Risk reward.
Here he goes. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go do it. He's like, oh wait.
Net. That's a fake empty net. You got a slide coming. You got there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red jerseys.
Yeah.
The defenseman makes this save for sure.
You think?
Yeah. Watch when the defenseman like flicks it out with his stick.
This was the origination of the guys jumping in cage to get hit with shots.
I mean that.
I think that was that you, Kevin?
No, that was Cheney Raymond, the starting long stick midi. But so I mean, right here, like we're not in a great spot. We're going to try to double with our goalie that's 260 pounds. He's not going to be able to cover anybody. But that shot gives us the chance to then sub in a much younger, faster goalie.
Yes.
And then make one of the craziest coaching moves I ever experienced in my career. And we give
that was a defenseman.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
He's still really jammed up with this defenseman.
This guy. I just got to give this guy credit. Big play he made. Big play.
Yes. I'm with you. Mitch wants to make sure this defenseman gets credit for the save. Let's just take care of this.
It might have even gone off his stick.
I think it went off his stick. But anyway, sorry, coaching
So,
crazy.
yeah, so we give a long stick to one of our best middies, short stick middies. We practiced it a couple times maybe that week. Like, this is a crazy scenario. You know, if we're in this exact thing, like, let's give a long stick to Ryan Semensky and see what happens. So that's what we do. We sub in a young goalie, Mike Robinson, who's got much better wheels, so he can shut somebody off.
Yep.
And then we start on a double team with Cheney and then Ryan Semensky, who does not play long pole, but we gave him a long pole.
That is ballsy.
Commercial break here.
All right, so we call timeout. We're coming out of a timeout here, so this isn't all done on the horn. This is coming off of a timeout. I think Bill Rafferty. We can quote Bill Rafferty and onions, double order. That's what this is right here.
I think you lost both of us there.
What's that?
I think you lost both of us there. You lost me.
Onions, double order. No? All right. Sam Cassell dance?
Look at that crowd. Good crowd there.
24,000 people, they say.
All right, let's set this up. So we got on ball. We got a midi.
Yeah, we got a short stick midi.
Who the guy checking right now is the one who doesn't normally play long pole?
No, that is Cheney Raymond.
And the chaser.
By the way, Cheney Raymond owes Mitch like a Christmas present, something after all.
Cheney Raymond called me before this, and he said, if you don't give me props on this, I'm coming to West Point.
Cheney makes that save there, and then he just strips this kid.
The old buggy whip. Gives him
his new best friend, Cheney Raymond, picks up the loose ball.
Cheney Raymond, after coming over to my house for a nice dinner, whips the buggy whip and
pause it real quick. Pause it right here. What is Salisbury doing?
I bet they're running a little pick action, right? But
you don't want to bunch guys up.
I guess they're trying to just start in tight and then just use speed to sprint because look, they all just it's like the armadillo right there.
But normally you want to like identify who the goalie is covering and then go from there. I understand what you're saying. And good, it's a good counter. But look right here. Hold on, freeze right here. You've got a guy. Oh my God. You've got a guy near the ball as though you're going to set a pick. You don't want to do that. Never mind.
All right, no. Give me a sec. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec.
Ruined everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mitch just wants Cheney Raymond. We'll stop talking. Just let it play.
Yeah, you got to go back.
Yeah, we got to go back.
Got to see this play.
All right, here we go. Can we get sound?
Michael Robinson, who's a quicker, more athletic player that could guard one of the Salisbury offensive players. Portland gets it back.
This is Semensky, who has never played with a long pole other than the one like emergency practice situation.
Oh my God, bless his heart. Oh my God, that's a push.
I think he saved it though, right?
Keep going.
Oh, RV's on pins and needles.
Michael Robinson, who's a quicker, more athletic player that could guard one of the Salisbury.
You recognize that voice, RV?
I don't care.
Portland gets it back and they get the ground ball. No, they cannot.
But again, Salisbury just decking in the back. Like it doesn't matter.
No push? That wasn't a push?
Nice haircut there for the big fella.
Keep the sound on.
Coach Barnes wants timeout. A push was called, and Portland will get it back. What a turn of events there, Paul. Starting with the ground ball that
we get a little slow-mo, right?
And it starts with that ground ball.
Yeah, so we're on a timeout
Give
there.
credit to Coach Barnes and his staff for pulling Ben Gable. But look right here, it looks like Cortland lost it. But it was a loose ball push, an outstanding call.
Not a smart play there.
If he doesn't touch him, no chance he's picking that up.
By the way, this
although I don't know, he saved that. He did save that in.
He did, yeah.
This is P. Carr calling it, right? He's the analyst?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just just panic, when the second one, when you bobble it a second time, you're like, no chance I'm ever getting this.
By the way, real quick, because there's that practice goal. So at first I was like, why is your starting goalie on the field with no helmet on? But meanwhile, it's like a warm-up goal, like on the sideline.
Yes.
That threw me off for a second. That took me a minute. I was like, huh, that's a odd time to take off your helmet, but okay, like, sure. Like right there, see the backup goal? I was like, what are you doing?
There's also a trainer that seems to have won.
But I just, kind of just, all right.
All right.
He's
Time out. So you put the big fella back in, right?
No.
No. Oh, because you still need the ball back.
Yeah.
He's coming off the sideline.
I actually go into the game at this point. I have fresh legs, and I'm going in with the younger, fresh goalie, Mike Robinson.
We approach a minute to go. Heath has been so good. Gets it up top.
Are you ready for this?
This time. Wanted to shoot.
No.
That's the goal.
No.
That's the same guy that just lost, that couldn't handle it with the long pole, Ryan Semensky.
Oh my God. Corpon wasn't the goalie, right? He had graduated. Dan Corpon.
No, that was Zarchin. Max Zarchin.
It was a pass. But Zarchin didn't expect it. You see there, Szymanski just tries to give it to the crease man right there.
Oh, no.
Sometimes you gotta be lucky.
Oh, the defenseman just tips it.
Oh.
That was a sick feed, by the way.
Oh.
Sick feed if he had reached up and grabbed that.
Oh. Plenty of time. Still
You're on
plenty
the
of time.
wing here, Kev?
No, that's Shaney.
I thought you said you went in at the end here.
Yeah, I was down close.
Got it down low.
Oh. Timeout. You know how many timeouts left?
No, you use them both.
Oh my God. Oh, never mind.
You know that Pole was thinking, like, I'm going to win the national championship.
I mean, tons of time here. Tons.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like, you can't freak out. This is when you freak out. This is when
Here comes Gonzalez again with 3 goals on the day.
Has a hat trick this afternoon. Has played outstanding defense. A 69-game winning streak. And a 4-peat on the line for
I'm down there by the cage.
10 seconds. Berkman turned aside by Gable. Portland backs it up.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
That's a classic run out right there.
4-peat on the line for Salisbury. We're all tied at 12. 10 seconds. Berkman turned aside
big
by
save.
Gable. Portland backs it up.
Yeah, I think a little later it shows you behind the cage shot. You can see it's a ridiculous kick save.
Well, you can't get beat to the middle there. I mean, dear God.
That was 38. That's my boy, right?
Okay, 8 seconds.
Timeout Salisbury, or they don't have any more?
No, there's a run out, so there's a turnover.
Yeah, timeout Salisbury. Salisbury had their second timeout here.
Yeah, I'm so used to the graphic with like the timeout underneath. It's kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, this was college sports TV back in
I was gonna say this is before all the big graphics, and you can't throw that check. Oh.
Well, yeah, Kev, this is a huge run out, because if you don't get this, you got a timeout with 8 seconds left. Ton of time to draw something up. You can go one-on-one. That's a huge run out. Yeah, you can't.
There he is. There's Kevin. Who's 14?
That's Dan Schmidt.
Oh, Schmitty, I love it. Schmitty, great run out.
He was a very smart player, also a tactician. So that's a little foreshadowing for you there, Ryan. You'll see later.
This OT's on this film, right?
I Actually, I don't think so.
Wait, what?
I didn't download no T.
What?
It's in that highlight.
What are we doing?
Oh, it's in the highlight. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I have that.
I mean, I got all night. We got to download. We got to download.
Brody Merrill would have scored this. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's just the last second chuck.
Oh, if he had corralled that, that would have been a decent shot.
Yeah, that got. You could have actually advanced. Well, I'll shut my mouth. No, you could have advanced it and then tried something. But anyway, I digress.
All right, so now we're going over to MSG Lax highlights here.
Hey, are we not? I'm so unfulfilled. Are we not?
You'll get to see it.
Okay. Just making sure.
We're now condensing the first couple bits into the. Give a little recap here.
There's Saminsky.
Yeah, Kev, give us a play-by-play. Who's scoring? What's going on?
Oh, there's me on defense, and we're down for some reason. Just let him step down and crank it.
That was a hammer. Yeah, that was a hammer of a step down.
Berkman, that was me sliding there. Yeah.
You gotta get your two slide there, Kev. Come on, call that two slide down the back.
That was not my. I was the one slide.
Where's your two?
There's Saminsky. Here's Abbott. Whoop.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of low to high here. I asked Kevin when I first got these. I go, was low to high like your guys' thing, your go-to? Watch this one. Another one just from the outside. Hammer it, low to high.
Saminsky.
Now a hammer, Mitch. A hammer has to be overhand. An underhand.
All right.
Or sling it, like sling it.
Sling it. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. Here's the dip and dunk.
Yeah, then the cramp's the best.
Ryan Heath. Yeah.
Oh, the big fella. A couple of huge
double save.
What's he up to these days? You stay in touch with these guys?
Yeah, he's the head coach, I think, up at Clarkson or something.
Okay.
A lot of these guys went on to be coaches or are still involved with the sports. Like again, I was talking about the culture. Guys that just love the sport and are all about it. Several guys from this team are some coaching, head coaches now, at all sorts of levels.
I mean, I think Abbott is one of the brightest.
I was just hoping that it was going to go in. That last one, it was supposed to be actually a pass to Kyle Lambert on the crease. And I was on the ground, I didn't even see what happened, and then it just ended up trickling in. And so that's it. It was a big goal.
In sudden death overtime, any shot to be a national championship.
Crossbar.
Salisbury hits the pipe, and that's it for this. Chance now is work under 10 seconds to go. Police. 5 seconds to the net for the win. He scores. Cleveland wins the national championship.
Controversial goal, huh?
Just coming down, I just took a quick peek up at the clock, saw 10 seconds left. I saw everyone on my team saying, go to the cage, go to the cage. So I just took my man, and thankfully I beat my team. Go to the cage, go to the cage. So I just...
What this doesn't show, I thought it was in the other film, but probably not. So they took a shot that it went off the crossbar, must have gone 100 feet in the air. Nobody could find it, but Dan Schmidt noticed where it was going, and there's this race to the corner, and it was very close as to who should have got that possession. It's awarded to us, and there's 10 seconds left or something like that. So we chuck it down the field, get it to Mike Felice. He looks up and sees that there's only 4 or 5 seconds left. Inside rolls.
Oh my
goal championship.
Good old Schmitty. Good old Schmitty.
And then your senior year, you guys win the championship. So this was overtime. Your freshman year, wow, welcome to college lacrosse. This is pretty cool. Overtime game winner in the national championship. What was the senior year? You beat Gettysburg by 2?
Yep, Gettysburg by 2. I think we were pretty much in the lead most of that game, if not the entire time. Actually, no, Gettysburg went up early on us, and then we came back, and at one point I think we had a 4-goal lead, and then they started to claw back, but never got closer than the 2-point margin for us at the end. Yeah, little different experience, but just as much fun.
Where was that?
That was at Gillette.
Gillette.
That was the year Cornell lost to Cuse in that crazy overtime game.
The Cody one.
2009 was when Cody Jamison scored the overtime winner after they scored similar thing, scored with like no time left and then won.
It's always about Cornell.
Got to bring it back to the Cornell boys, you know.
So if
I was there. I only bring that up because I was there. I was at the game and I was living in Boston.
Sophie's choice. If you had to pick one.
One what?
Of your natties.
Which one was better?
No, Sophie's choice. You have to keep one. You have to lose.
I mean, the one we just watched. The game itself was just
that one
so epic. There were, I think, 11 ties in the game, 3 lead changes. It was just insane, and obviously taking down a team that's 69-0.
Yeah,
feels pretty good.
Yeah,
I gotta say they did get us back the next 2 years pretty handily, but yeah, we got the one on.
And the 69 winning streak. That's a special one to hang on the mantle.
Yeah.
What's the mantle?
Did you guys notice what album this is?
It looks like is it
Bono?
I was thinking John Lennon.
Remember, it's about the guest. It's about you two.
Mitchell. It's got to be something. Joni Mitchell.
What soundtrack did you two play ad nauseum over this past year or last year?
Star is Born. Is that the original Star is Born though?
Okay. I still haven't watched that movie.
You guys put the soundtrack though.
The soundtrack is phenomenal, but I have not seen the movie.
I thought you were going with the Mitchell. You know what? I watched the movie with subtitles for the first time, and it's a whole nother movie. Apparently, you just can't understand anything they say until you read it. He mumbles the whole time. So, like, half the stuff he was saying, I, only understood after watching it with subtitles.
So do I need to watch it with subtitles the first time?
I'd recommend it. I mean, you know what? Watch it without it, and then go back and watch it with it. It changed the whole movie for me.
All right.
Yeah. English movies with subtitles, man, changes everything. All right, Kev. We always end up with kind of quick hit questions. Best. Ryan typically handles these, but I got to start off with this. Best spot to go in Cortland.
You go to standards. I go curveballs.
Food.
Cortland Hidden Gem. Just Cortland Hidden Gem.
The Red Jug Pub.
Is that where you guys? Is that a college bar? Or?
Yeah, it's downtown, but it's off of the main street. It's just a solid place. Good people, good food, good drink specials.
Right, you got one. I thought you were itching. Yeah, that you have one.
No, I thought you were going to go with some of the standards, like your favorite teammate. Best teammate or favorite teammate? What do you do, Mitch?
Best teammate.
Best teammate.
Best teammate?
Across your entire career.
Entire career, I would say it was a gentleman I played with in high school, Pat O'Keefe. He definitely pushed me to be better and put in the extra work. Like he'd want to run after practice and throw long passes and show up early. And he was a fellow defenseman with me, so playing with him for 2 years at close defense definitely made me a better player, and I'm still a guy I talk to today.
How about all-time favorite place to play?
The stadium in Philly. It was weird. It was the nicest grass I've ever been on. It was putting green quality. And I always loved playing on natural grass. My high school field was natural grass. So that was a pretty cool field. Probably the most people I ever played in front of, 24,000. So yeah, it was definitely cool to look up and, be jogging out on the field, see yourself on the Jumbotron. Something, as a kid that you dream of doing. And there I was jogging out, a minute left in the game, we're down by 1, and oh my God, I'm going into the game. That's cool memory that super thankful to have.
Your son Jack is picking up a stick. Are you teaching him how to catch and throw, or are you teaching him to whack other people? He's trying, how early does this? Do you, not the steering, but you're like, hey, it's kind of fun just to kind of, whack somebody.
Yeah, right now he's focusing on ground balls, and the other day he actually started to throw it towards the bounce back. I guess he's just seen me do. I didn't try to coach him to do that. Like, he can barely talk to the kid, but he just has seen me do it, and I was like, whoa. But I wish I could share some videos right now. Like, he can legitimately scoop and then like sidearm chuck it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow you're probably gonna be out and just start whacking a tree. So he's like, oh, daddy's whacking the tree, so maybe I should start practicing my checks too.
Yeah. I don't want that on my leg. I'll probably hold off.
That's fair.
All right, most embarrassing lacrosse memory.
I was actually just watching some old game tapes from high school, and I never thought that this happened to me, but I ended up getting like so twisted up by a guy that I fell down, that like he shook me so hard behind the cage at X.
Weird, you didn't send us that tape. Game tape.
No, that didn't, and that's on the inbox. It's weird.
Yeah.
You watching these by yourself? Were you like cleaning out an attic? Like are these like next to the TV? Like
the timing of this interview is odd that my high school coach just started a YouTube channel, like putting up old game tape, and he threw this one up. We lost to Georgetown Prep by 1 goal because our own D-Midi kicked the ball into our cage.
Was he trying to kick it back to the goalie, or?
Yeah. And so, we just watched. I won a national championship on somewhat of a fluke, and I also lost some games to similar play.
Die by the fluke, win by the fluke. Everyone says that.
Yeah, you need some luck. A lot easier to say that when you win. Like, yeah, you got a little lucky.
It's rough watching these high school tapes. I'm like, I am not nearly as good as I thought that I was back in the day.
Isn't that just the benefit of age, though, with everything, right? It's like you always are going to look back and you're like, oh, I thought I was smarter, or I thought I was this, I thought I was that, I thought I was better, I think that's across the board.
Definitely.
All right, how about teammate you'd most want to be stuck in quarantine with?
Josh Cittadino.
Oh.
Him, or we had 2 D-Middies on our team, Greg and Heath. I'm going to switch it to those 2 guys. I can't be the one. The 2 of them I could listen to for hours, just banter back and forth with each other.
I think the Cittadino family is going to owe us some royalties too. They've gotten mentioned a couple times here.
Yeah, and Cittadino is a character.
Yeah.
How about teammate you would never ever want to be stuck in quarantine with?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm just gonna say my goalie, Mike Robinson. I lived with the kid, and I know that I don't want to be stuck on an island with him. Love him, but I just know.
All right, then we'll wrap up. Number 1 top Apex best lacrosse memory you have.
We pretty much just watched it. Yeah, the rush in the field after that goal was surreal, absolutely surreal.
Do you remember rushing the field, or did you totally black out and you just overwhelmed and have no idea, like time space continuum, no clue what happened?
No clue the actual feeling. I remember like the general direction, like to the right, but I know there's a dog pile.
Yeah.
Which are a lot really uncomfortable when you get stuck on the bottom.
Yeah.
Terrible idea.
Yeah.
No one who's ever been in a dog pile on the bottom has been like, oh yeah, these are you should keep doing them. Everyone I've known that has been in the bottom of has been like, someone needs to say something. These need to stop. This is dangerous.
You want like a mosh pit, kind of like a jumping up and down kind of situation,
People break their ankles all the time doing those. That's the problem with those.
No, but that's what you want. You want like, because then you're like jumping and you're hugging and you're doing, and like you want a mosh pit kind of jumping thing.
Yeah.
And with the dog pile, there's always that guy or two that like hangs back and then jumps like, full on the top.
Yeah.
Or the ones that, that jump too early and just miss. they were replaying the 2017 Swarm Championship, and Miles Thompson scores a game-winning goal, and Lyle like goes over to jump on him, and like two guys like move out of the way, and Lyle, who's like the most graceful person of all time, like just misses everyone and like stumbles and turns and has to jump back on the pile. Well, Kev, I'm glad we got to relive your best lacrosse memory with you. That's like I said, that gives me chills, and to those Final Four weekends are so special, and the fact that you got to experience it, Ryan got to experience it, I got to experience it. I mean, it's a pretty cool and unique thing, and you were the only one who came out. Actually, Ryan, you came out winning in one or two?
One.
Yeah, just one. You're the only one who came out and winning in twice. So you've got the upper championship hand in the college world, and just really pumped we can talk through that with you, and appreciate you giving us some insight there.
Yeah. Anytime we want to talk about it again, happy to.
Love it. Yes. This was fun. This is a good one.
Yeah, RB, you should just watch that highlight like in its entirety by yourself.
What do you think of the rest of the night? I mean, I'm going like as soon as we're done, like, that's where I'm going.
2006 to 2009 Cortland highlights.
I might repeat for a riveting Friday night where I can just watch the whole thing, So,
like seriously though, it was an epic game that just watching it random Saturday afternoon.
My chest is still going, so I was in. I'm glad I saved that. I was into it.
You see the crossbar that in that highlight, and I know the result, and it's still like gives you anxiety, like, oh my God, they hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
Oh,
and pretty close.
Awesome. Well, Kev, thanks again, and thanks for joining us on Trilogy Lacrosse Theater 2020.
Yes, sir. Go Dragons.
yes.